Well, thank you so much. What an introduction. Welcome to Time to Talk here in front of a live studio audience. Welcome, everyone. That's right. Welcome to this beautiful fortress of pop culture. You must love it, don't you? Hey, and thank you, baby Igor, up the back. Flap your wings for me. Yes. Thank you, my friend, for keeping these good folk entertained. Listen, when I was a lad, everyone, one of my favourite movies was Superman 2. You remember, right? Remember those three villains dressed in the black, tight-fitting outfits? I used to absolutely love imagining being Superman, beating them up and smoking them with my X-ray vision. Well, sadly, Zod. You must remember that. Kneel before Zod. Yeah, you remember? You do, madam, don't you? Absolutely. Well, he's passed away. The actor that played Zod has passed away. His name was Terence Stamp. I had absolutely no idea until the news reports about his passing this week that he actually played a character in Australia's very own, yeah, all of you, what's one of our most famous exports in terms of movies? Priscilla, the Queen of the Desert. Yeah. Terence Stamp was in it. I'm not going to lie. I had to take a little moment, to myself when I realised that General Zod was in that movie dressed up in drag. It was quite a shock. I can see it on your face too, madam. It was quite a shock to you. I mean, it has to go to the credit of Terence Stamp, doesn't it? What a versatile actor he was. So let's lift our glasses, or at least my little paper cup here. Here's to you, Terence. Thanks for all the memories. Now, let me tell you, you are in for a ride, folks. This episode is fun, then fairly frightening, then fun again, then it's informative. Aren't you glad you came? Truly, stay tuned for Sean and Madam Roast Beef. It is absolutely not the most pleasant conversation that you're ever going to hear. And Sean has already told me he will never meet with Madam Roast Beef ever again. You're about to find out why. We're also going to talk about Taylor Swift. What do you think, folks? Is Taylor stealing from the Princess of Pop with her new showgirl era? Oh, wow. Sorry, Taylor. The people have spoken. The people have spoken. You might want to rethink your whole campaign, Taylor. Let's have some fun, people. Are you ready for some fun? G'day, Paul. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's lovely to meet you, my friend.
Lovely to meet you too.
Cast your mind back for me, Paul, when you saw Kylie, little Kylie, crawling onto the Madonna stage. How did you learn about it and how did you feel?
Well, to be quite honest, my phone blew up the next morning. It was just everywhere. It was just like sort of people sending me it. It was just do you know what? It was what we've wanted for so many years, and we got it. It was magical, an absolute magical moment. Women's International Day, wasn't it, as well? Do you know what I mean? So it was very, very. It was. I'm still in awe and shock with it, to be quite honest.
I am too. Like I watch it quite a lot, and I'm still goosebumped. Honest to God, goosebumped. Did you think it was AI at first? Because when people were sending it to me, my phone blew up as well. I thought that can't be true.
I had to zoom in. I'd done everything, and I was thinking, no, what's going on? No, this can't be true. This can't be happening. But I don't think and I didn't think Madonna and Kylie's voices would go together so well. I never visioned it to be as pitch perfect as it was when they done I Will Survive. It was unbelievable.
We'd always imagined, I can tell you're like me, Paul, we haven't met before, but I can tell you like me, you'd visualised it, you'd wondered what it would be like. You thought, I don't know if those two styles would ever work together, but they did.
They did. They did massively. And I think, I don't know whether you're going to ask me this question, but I think there's more to come. I think that had to be rehearsed for it to be like that. That weren't just getting called on stage. There was more to it. They've met before that moment and maybe had a discussion or maybe been in the studio And do you know what? If they bring "I Will Survive" out as a single, it'll be wild number one all over the world, and
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
be happy with that. Something else will. I'd like something else, but if that was to come out, I'd be over the moon.
It's the reason I got you on, Paul, because I know you're similar to me. You love Kylie, you love Madonna, you love your pop icons. And I've just got a theory that I haven't heard floated anywhere else at all. But I have a theory. Madonna's released all these pictures in Stuart Price's studio in London. And it's the same studio where we can see Kylie during Aphrodite playing with and having fun with Stuart as well. And it dawned on me, the penny dropped. If there was ever a moment where these two ladies were going to collaborate, this is it. This is
It's
Madonna
I've just got goosebumps as you said that. I've got goosebumps all over
how
my
is it not
body.
true? I know I'm going to stake my professional reputation on it, which, by the way, isn't very, it's not a huge reputation, but still going to stake it. I reckon this is the moment. And when you think about it, Madonna is so clever when it comes to collabs for the longest time, right? Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, she aligns herself with the it person. She genuinely admires Kylie. I reckon even as we're talking to each other, Paul, there's probably a song that's already been recorded that's going to be on Madonna's Confessions too.
And I think Kylie's got an album ready to go as well. I think
Ooh.
there's an album there ready. Kylie's got her next album ready because in America, that's how they do it. They're quickly out, aren't they? They've got to keep it current. So I think because if you think about it, we haven't heard the Joel Corey version of Kylie's song yet, which was meant to be last summer's banger.
Yeah, whatever happened with that?
That exactly. So I think it's the route she's got. Kylie's going to go back down towards the fever route. She needs to keep it feverish and tensionish because of its current in America. So she knows tension's working for it, and America's her biggest market at the minute. That's
Ah,
that's what we've got to think. So she's got to. I think she'll go back to the fever, but keep like a bit of tension in it because America, that's where it's selling at the minute, and I am absolutely over the moon. It's took her 37 years to smash America, but now she has.
this is so exciting. I mean, we know we've got at Christmas time, we know that Kylie really milks for Christmas. Santa Baby goes straight to the top of Spotify. So
Yes.
she's already got her next, like, she's about to wrap up in Mexico, the Tension Tour. And after that, everyone's saying, I wanted to have a rest. I wanted to have a rest. Paul, is it selfish that I'm the only person on Planet Kylie saying, don't rest, girl.
No,
Don't
don't rest.
rest.
No, well, it's in the American market. There's no time for rest. You've got to still be out there. That's what I mean. The UK version, the Australia version, yeah, have a little rest. But in America, they just keep going, don't they? They just keep
That's it.
going to keep current. So
And
if
you,
she's very good. She's very good at decision making, and she knows what's best. Look what she's done with the Kylie wine. She went over with the Kylie wine first and done meet and greets all over America.
she's
Um,
just killing it, isn't she? Like the
she
Kylie wine, I only read the other day that she's outsold, not that this would be hard, but she's outsold Meghan Markle's brand like about 10 to 1 or something like that. So the wine is still going well.
she's very very business minded, and she knows what she's doing. Talking of collaborations, I think we're definitely going to get a Janet Jackson one. Definitely.
Oh, ah, yes, please.
I think we are because obviously Janet went to see it in Vegas. Um, Janet went to see it in London,
Yes.
and they've been plugging each other. Kylie was hugging a Janet poster the other day. Janet Jackson has a Kylie hoodie on.
Yes.
So I definitely think we're getting him a Janet Jackson one.
So
Definitely.
all of us, Paul, who have just been looking at those and thinking, isn't that sweet? You think they're clues.
Yes, yes, there's something coming with them. Definitely, definitely, definitely.
What else buoys me about this rumor factory that you and I are sparking right now is, funnily enough, Taylor Swift, not in terms of a showgirl. We've covered that, my friends. I'm not going over that ground again. But in terms of the fact that Taylor Swift just had the biggest tour of her career, the Eras Tour, it was unbelievable. Every girl across the planet was at that show. But she dropped this, she's about to drop this album. Like she was recording it on the road. So it's very possible, as you say, that you can. I mean, Kylie did a bit of pottery, she did a bit of sightseeing, but actually,
Yeah.
we don't know what she was doing between shows very often. Maybe she was in the studio.
She was in America quite a lot, do you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
obviously the studio's all over the world. She could quite easily have been in a studio on days in between and stuff like that. I definitely think she was. And as she was obviously you've got like sort of as she was doing tension, obviously going back to the Joe Corey single, she was obviously penned. There was more penned. So I think there's an album ready to go.
Oh
I
my
really do.
god.
Well, saying that, we're gonna get the Tension tour DVD, the live CD. We're gonna get all that ready for Christmas.
Oh, and what about the Netflix documentary? That's true. The
That
Netflix
that
documentary.
so we've got the Netflix documentary. So obviously, when things like this are happening, the Netflix documentary, why not throw an album out as well? Because you're going to be big enough on Netflix. I'm thinking business, but Kylie's very business minded. If you've got something on Netflix, why not put an album out as well? Because you
You're
then
100%
quit.
right.
You quid's in. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's she's very business minded, and I think that's the way she's going. Talking about the next tour, I think what she'll do as well, we are going to get a 40th year celebration. And
Oh,
it's going to be a massive one. Because we're not going to get another tour till then, if you think, but I think she'll make it a big 40th year. A bit like Madonna's just done the celebration tour. Which I thought that was going to be the end of. I thought Madonna, that was a goodbye from Madonna to us. Because Madonna always says when she does a greatest hits, that's going to be the end. But then next minute she's in the studio doing Confessions too.
and hopefully making the album of her career. 2027 is the 40th year for Kylie. 87, of course, being that famous year where she released For Locomotion in Australia. For all you people across the world, you don't know what it was like when we just had Kylie to ourselves for 7 weeks at number one. It was stupendous. I absolutely loved it. And then the Brits got her fingers into her, which is
Yeah.
let's probably rephrase that. But nonetheless, Paul, this is an exciting time. She's got the next year booked up. So can we recap? I'm just going to recap everything you've just told me. We've
Yeah.
got, uh, it's now August. Between now and the end of the year, we know we've got the annual Kylie Christmas era. We've got a
Yeah.
Netflix documentary, which may drop early next year. I don't know why I think that. But then your speculation is that she's business minded, so therefore she's going to synchronize a Netflix special with possibly a new album, which may feature a Janet Jackson collaboration. My theory is that Madonna's next album, which is due next year, around March, April, May, will sync with The Devil Wears Prada 2 and will feature a Kylie collaboration. I mean, this is so
Well, that's what I
exciting.
mean. The collaboration, it might on Kylie's new album, it could be a collaboration with Madonna and Janet. I've got goose pimples all over
Oh,
again. It could have the
no.
two of them on it.
They could sing My Oh My. No,
It-
let's strike that. Strike that. Strike that. I never said that. No, and Madonna and Janet do not get along. Very, very much do not get
well, that's
along.
what they don't really. So yeah, if they go with by that, they won't go on the same album. They won't go on the
No.
same bill, will they?
But Stuart Price is, of course, he's the bridge, and he loves Madonna and he loves Kylie. He's a wickedly funny, talented man. So this, wow, Paul, talking to you, I'm totally Kylie ignited now.
It's
Totally
yes, no,
Kylie ignited.
it's well, that's what I mean. We've got a lot to come. This is just like even the tension tour was. Did you go to the tension tour?
Of course, I went to the
Of course you
container.
did. Yeah, I went twice, and I just watching it, I was thinking, wow, 57. You've got a lot more to give. She was just showing us what she's capable of. That was
Yeah.
like that was to be for me. It was more of a greatest hits with a bit of tension thrown in and a bit of disco. But I will have to say about disco, I am glad we got justice for disco. I am so glad we got that disco section in there. So
Real
glad.
groove, real groove. Get that real groove. How good was the tension section? So
It,
good.
it just had to happen because because tension got me through COVID. It got
Absolutely.
us through. It got the wheel through a really, really dark time. And that was to me to good. I'll say from disco, Kylie predictions have been very, very true to the point. I said she was going to do a 3 album tour. After the Golden Tour, when she's done the disco section, I went, her next album's going to be disco. Lo and behold, it was. So I've been quite correct with me predictions. So I am.
Oh, you're a Kylie clairvoyant.
Yeah, yes, yes, yes. I get that. Honest to God, I get the feelings. I was saying, listen, we are getting a 3 album tour, blah blah blah. Then next minute, it was a 3 album tour, wasn't it? And I
Well,
did say that she was going to do disco after the Studio 4 section in Gold, and I went, her next album. The minute she's done it, I went, her next album's going to be a disco album.
fantastic. Well, I've got to admit, Paul, you're the first person I've spoken to that I've speak to Kylie fans from all over the world all the time, and they are amazing. But they sort of look at me with suspicion when I've been saying for the longest time, tension is just the springboard to the next amazing chapter, because I've never seen the United States embrace her like that. Basically, for us, OGs probably, I'm assuming you're an
Yeah,
OG,
of
but
course.
for us, we feel like, wow, this is a real peak, isn't it? But actually, if you look at it through the eyes of an American fan, she's just a new artist for a lot of them. She's a new
Yeah.
artist. They want more. They want to squeeze this sponge much more. So you've got to look at it through that lens. The United States have only just discovered her in a way.
Yeah, Padam Padam. The one song, look, that one song just made it smash America.
Absolutely. It was huge.
It was huge all over the world, but that was what captivated America. And then all of a sudden, she's cracked America, which she's trying to be. She's tried to. Don't get me wrong, that she knew who she was, but she wasn't as big as she was now.
Paul, I can't wait to get you back in the Time to Talk studio again when we can go and look back smugly sipping our tea and eating our crumpet and
You
going,
keep them
see,
notes. You keep them notes there, and you'll go, Paul. Do you know what? You were right.
On, on the 18th of August, 2025, we predicted all of this. We predicted it all. Is that a good accent,
Yes.
by the way, Paul, or is that rude? It's vaguely. It's a bit
Have you
close.
actually met Kylie at all?
No, I bet you have, though. Everyone's met Kylie, except for me.
My story goes even further. I've got a Kylie tattoo on my leg. You probably see it was in the press. It got to Australia actually. I've got a Kylie tattoo on my leg. She signed it the night before it was the Kiss Me Once tour. She signed my leg. I got it tattooed the next day, and she got me on stage the following night and told everyone about my tattoo.
Wow. That's
Um,
insane. You were on stage on the Kiss Me Once tour?
Kiss Me Once tour, and she got me up to sing. I forgot the words to "Especially for You." She got me up to do a dedication. It's on YouTube. If you Google on YouTube, Kylie Minogue, Liverpool Echo Arena,
Yep.
especially for you, it'll come up. And I just crumbles when it comes to Jason Donovan's bit. But then I did snatch the mic off her for the chorus. So yeah, and do you know what? She is an absolute. Do you know when I was doubting? I thought she can't possibly be that nice. She can't and she was. She filled my dreams, but surpassed everything that I ever wished for. Do you know what I mean? I did not think I would be on a stage with Kylie Minogue ever.
What was it like? What like was she as small as people say?
Yes, I had to bend down and hug her, and it was crazy because I told her the story. Because when I was 11, I won tickets to see her out of our local paper, and your name got announced on the radio. I
Which
told her
tour?
this. It was when she was very first out. It was the Coca-Cola Road Show.
Oh, the
Like
very
the Hitman
first.
and Here.
Oh,
This was the
yes.
very I think it was before she ever even toured. It was like sort of,
Absolutely.
it was with Sonia, big fun. It was like a little thing they done in the UK. I told her my story, and I just thought she was just listening. She signed me leg. We were talking. She was lovely. And then I went to give her a t-shirt which said "Liverpool loves Kylie." Do you like the "I love New York" t-shirts? And she
Yeah,
went,
yeah.
"No, I want to see that in the crowd tomorrow night." And
Oh,
from that moment on, I know she'd planned what she'd done the night before. But
it's incredible.
she told my story, even though we were there. It was literally 5 minutes. She told my story better than me about winning tickets and stuff. And it was like, she was just like, "Oh, so, oh God, it's you." Because it was like, I had to throw the t-shirt on the stage in
Yeah.
the end. And then it was like, she picked it up, she shimmied in it. It was all over the screens. Liverpool love Kylie. So everyone went bananas. And then she went, "Oh, it's you. It's you. I met you last night, blah, blah, blah. You've got a tattoo on your leg and blah, blah, blah. You said you were going to get a tattoo. When are you getting a tattoo?" I went, "I've already had it done." She went, "When?" I went, "Today." She went, "Does everyone want to see it?" And then next minute I was on stage.
That's incredible. But you know what, Paul? Even though that's an extraordinary story for you, I think the point that you're really trying to make there is you weren't just a prop at a concert. She listened to you to the point where it meant something to her so that she could retell that story. That's
Yeah.
big for a celebrity, right? They don't
It's
often
she's
tune in.
that's it, exactly. So that's what I mean. It's what, even like sort of, even a style. One of her other stylists came out and spoke to me. She went, "Listen, Kylie, if Kylie wants to do something for a fan, she will do it. She will do it." Already met how I got the story to Kylie in the first place was, I was backstage and the security guy told me that two of the bigwigs smoke. And then with that, it was two of them came out, and the security guard went, That's them there, that's them there." It was Will Baker, and it was actually, I didn't know this girl from Adam. It was her manager at the time. So I
Oh,
went down and told them the story, showed them my leg. My local newspaper had done a piece about me, about meeting my idol. Told them the story. Next minute, the manager, the woman, just turned around and said, "Listen, do us a favour, get yourself out the cold and wet. It's cold. Come back in a couple of hours. We're going to stop the coach there, and Kylie's going to sign your leg. But just go and don't tell anyone." That's what they said. "But don't tell anyone." So we just got off, and then with that, I had someone that worked in the arena, and said, "Paul." They phoned me, and as I was walking away, thinking, "No, this isn't happening. This isn't happening." And me mate phoned me in the arena and said, "Paul, have you just been speaking to Kylie's stylist and her manager?" She went, "Everybody in this arena's talking about you now. Everyone." So it was just, the story is just, it's magical in itself. And I've told that story, you can imagine, about a million times, and I'll never ever get sick of telling it. But yes, to your question, she listens, and she's the most uncelebrity celebrity. Do you know what I mean? Because she just, actually, she cares.
she so cares. And the fact that this happened so many years ago, but as you tell the story, what it means to her. And all I keep thinking is, what does Kylie get out of this? Like in her profession, why does she love it? She obviously a creative soul, but that story you just told, the fact that she's left for the rest of your life, that unbelievable imprint. I'm getting choked up thinking about it. She's left such a beautiful imprint on your soul, on your life. You'll carry that with you forever. And she
Yeah,
got
of
to
course.
do that. What an honor for her to get to do that for you.
Well, well, the whole leg now is, I've got my whole leg tattooed now of Kylie. It's I call it Kai Leg Minogue. Kai Leg Minogue. So my whole leg is like, sort of, I've got like the Fever album on there. I've got the Golden album on there. I've got the Definitive album on there. Do you like sort of the shapes and the bodies, and it's not finished. I've got like loads of Kylie fonts on there, but I will, when that's finished, I will see Kylie again and show her.
I'm really sorry, Kai Leg Minogue. I've got to say, Paul, you've that's it's admirable, but I'm seeing a problem because I'm a very practical man. If she releases another 10 to 20 albums in a lifetime, you're in big trouble, my friend.
Very big trouble. I'll have to start on the other leg.
Oh, that's, well, lucky you've got a spare leg. You're
Oh
saving
God.
that. I love that. Paul, it's been absolutely beautiful talking to you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a brilliant day.
What is it about Trump that scares you so much?
I don't think it's scary. I don't think it's that I'm shivering with fear about the old bastard. I'm not shivering and shaking and quivering. What I am shivering and quaking and quivering over is the amount of people that are still believing that a billionaire who became one of the 25 richest people in the world after launching his cryptocurrency has their best interest at heart. That's the part that scares me, that there is still any percentage of anyone on this planet that could believe someone with such a lack of mental function, a lack of humanity. I mean, just to quote Jeffrey Epstein is on record saying that Trump is a terrible person. Jeffrey Epstein, the most infamous child predator in history.
But there's been lots of presidents, right, that we can disagree with their policies, even their character. What is it about Trump that pushes your buttons so much? Because and I've spoken to you, madam, I do believe you're scared about what he may or may not do.
No, I'm not shivering and quivering. What I'm scared most about is I'm scared about the future. Realistically, I can't believe this menace has the nuclear codes. For God's sakes, tomorrow he's meeting with Putin and he's going to have a conversation about Ukraine, and my heart hurts for every single soul.
You've before Trump became the president, madam, you made a lot of predictions. There was a lot of doom and gloom, and not just from you, obviously from millions of people around the world, really. But have they come true? Has his second presidency really been that bad, or are you just deluded?
Well, 17
you've heard of Trump derangement, derangement syndrome, right? Have you heard of that?
17 million Americans are losing healthcare coverage in the coming years, so billionaires can get a tax break. I think that's pretty fucking terrible. We've left the World Health Organization. We've left, we left the Paris Climate Accord for the second time.
Okay, but why did we leave those? Why did we leave those? Why did we leave them?
Why would we leave the Paris Climate Accord? I would love to know.
Why did we leave them? Why did we leave them? I'm asking you, why did we leave them?
I'm not in the mind of a egotistical maniac that likes to say that climate change is fake. I don't know.
No,
I could never answer those questions.
An egotistical maniac.
Sean, before we get into it, let's just setting the scene. And for you, Sean, you've heard what Madam has to say. He represents the views of many people, as you know, that are scared of Trump's second presidency. Can you at least accept that he does push people's buttons?
Oh, of course. No, I've said that from day one. I used to say it when his first presidency. I was like, oh my God, take the man's Twitter away. He needs to get off Twitter for a moment when it was still Twitter. For 4 years, we avoided talking about Biden while Biden was president, and all we talked about was Trump. For 4 years, that was Biden's administration. Not once did we ever go over his cognitive disorders, his age. We didn't discuss the things that were going on, his mind lapsing, his speech impediments. No, we said that it's a stutter that he has. It can't be that he's senile. It can't be that he's old. It can't be that. No, it's because he has a stutter.
I must disagree with you on that, Sean. I must disagree with you. I heard nothing but speculation.
Well.
I would concede
not
that
until
there wasn't
the last
an
year.
acknowledgement.
Not until the last year did you start hearing about all of that and them starting to attack. And then the left.
Well, maybe we have a different vantage point over here in Australia, because over here it was every stumble, I concede his party
but
wouldn't
it's different.
acknowledge
It's
the
completely
problems.
different over there. It's completely different over there because that's not how it was here. The left media, the liberal media.
That was how it was on my side.
So the liberal media, attacked Biden every day?
Sean, I will agree, definitely, 100%. The Democratic Party tried to push Joe Biden to run a second term. I wish they did not. Had he dropped out sooner, we might not be in the mess that we're in right now. I 100% can agree with that. At the same time, had we been able to have like an actual election where we actually were able to have a candidate put up, and the Democrats could actually put up a candidate instead of us just being handed Kamala, who I actually wanted to win. I wanted Kamala to win. I voted for her. I canvassed for her. Do I think she would have been the best president in American history? Probably not. She definitely had a lot of,
So then why did you vote for
how do I
her?
word this? Why did I vote for her? Because I definitely thought she would be 12 million times better than anything the Republican Party could put out, especially dictator on day one Donald.
Let's get into some
Okay.
issues, madam. Before Trump became the president, it was said by many quarters that this was going to be the worst possible thing if he got in for gay rights, LGBTQ plus policies, that he might even try to overturn same-sex marriage. He's been very quiet. None of that happened, did it?
And what's being heard by the Supreme Court?
But why is that linked to Trump? I understand the Supreme Court is about
Because
to...
Trump
It has
rigged
not
the
been
Supreme
heard. It
Court
has not.
with
It has
Supreme-
not been.
rigged,
It has not
rigged,
been picked.
rigged,
Here.
rigged, rigged it, rigged
No,
it,
it has not.
rigged it with conservatives.
They have not even. Okay, they have not even accepted
They're
to hear
hearing.
the court
They're
case.
they're hearing.
No,
they're
they have
hearing a
not,
case
madam.
that could
They have
possibly
not.
overturn
No, they have
gay
not,
marriage.
madam. They
They
have.
have. They have.
Okay.
They have.
Okay. No, they haven't. Go and Google it right now. They have not
They have.
accepted to hear the case. The case has been presented to the Supreme Court. That does not mean that they have picked to listen to it. They are literally given thousands of court cases, hundreds of court cases a year, and they only pick 1% to 2% to hear.
So we can fact check. Sean's actually technically correct on this. But, madam, the broader point, do you really think that Trump has some sort of under a plot to overturn same-sex marriage? Do you think that's true?
I don't think Don the Con particularly wants to overturn gay marriage. I definitely don't think that's like his life goal.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I definitely think cutting the funding for the LGBT youth suicide hotline, I think, is pretty anti-gay.
They did not cut the funding. They did not cut the funding.
They cut
got
funding.
rid of.
They cut
no,
funding.
they did not.
They cut.
No,
they,
they
they
did
cut
not.
fund. They cut
no.
funding. They cut funding to the
No,
National
they did not, madam.
LGBTQ
Okay.
suicide prevention hotline. I called that hotline when I was 16 years old, and it's why I'm still alive.
Okay.
And
No,
funding for it has
madam,
been cut.
They did not get rid of it. They got rid of the button number 3 to push for gay people. That's the only thing that they got rid of. You still have access to calling and getting suicide help. The people that are talking on the
So they
suicide
got rid
hotline
of the
are
gay
trained
suicide
professionals to
prevention
go over
hotline.
that.
So they got
No.
So Sean,
There
that
is
means
not
they
a
got
gay-
rid
there
of the
was
gay
never a
suicide
gay-
prevention
there was ne-
hotline.
There-
The
there was never
LGBT youth
just-
suicide
oh my
prevention
God.
hotline. There was.
When you're done,
There was.
can
There
I
was.
talk, or are you just going to keep talking over me? Like, are you
Because
going
you're
to
saying
keep
things
talking
aren't
over
true.
me? Oh, no, you're saying
There
is a bit of a delay
There is
too.
no such thing. There is no such thing
There is.
as a
There
gay
is.
suicide hotline. There never was. It was an option when you
There
called
is.
the suicide hotline. You pushed number 3. They got rid of that. That's the only thing they got rid of. They did not get rid of gay people having the ability to call the suicide hotline. There is not a separate hotline of suicide for gay people. There never was. You need
There
to do
is.
your
There
research
is.
because no. What was the number
There
then?
is.
Give me
There
the
is.
number.
There is.
Give me the number because you can Google it. You can Google that and find it. Let's find the number. Tell me what the gay suicide hotline number is. That it's different from the suicide hotline in America. Go ahead. Tell me what the number is.
It's 988, and it brings you to
That
crisis
is
counselors
not gay suicide hotline. That is the
specify an
suicide hotline. That is not
LGBT youth
specifically
that specify
for
an
gay people.
LGBTQ
No, it is not.
LGBT youth
Okay.
prevention
Yeah.
for suicide.
Okay. 988.
Tell me about
is
this.
actually
Is
used.
there an argument, Sean, I'm going to put this question to you, Sean. Is there an argument to be made that the deportation plan that's in place, that's been extremely successful in shutting down the southern border, and many people applaud and say it's been extremely effective. Is there a chance, though, that some people who are trying to escape countries where there are less than ideal LGBTQ plus rights, that there's risk of persecution in those countries?
Of course there is.
Are they collateral damage, Sean, in this plan that Trump's enforcing?
No. Why did they get to skip the line? Why do other people have to wait in line? Why did my husband have to wait in line? Why did my husband have to get a sponsor? Why did my husband have to go pay for an attorney? Why did my husband and his family have to do all of that? Why do people get to sit for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years waiting to become a citizen in this country, wait in line, pay all the fees that they're supposed to do and follow?
Two different questions, if you don't mind me saying. That some people need to seek refuge, and so there should be systems in place so that some people who are genuinely seeking refuge.
So Trump has not.
Just come back to the microphone.
Trump has not gotten rid of. Sorry. So Trump has not gotten rid of the asylum seekers. Trump has not gotten rid of that. So if you're seeking asylum, you have to go through the ports of entry still, and you can seek asylum if you are being persecuted for being gay and all of that. Trump has not gotten rid of that. There is nothing that Trump has gotten rid of in that regard.
So for the U.S. citizen, the U.S. citizen was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer in California when her family was deported, and the life-saving treatment that was being given to her by a hospital in California, but because her family was deported, she also had to be deported and then went on to die because of the deportation. What do we have to say about that?
She did not die, madam. She did not die.
Dead.
She's still alive. No, she's not. No, she is not.
She died.
She is still alive. No. Okay. What's her name? What's her name, madam? Come on.
I can find her name in 3.
You can't just say facts
she's a child.
and not stick to it.
I don't know.
Okay, go get her name.
She's
go
a
get
child.
her name.
I don't know her
Go get her
whole
name. Go get her name. Go get her name. You have access to a computer right now. You're sitting right in front of it. Go Google it. Go find her name.
A 10-year-old girl recovering from brain cancer was removed with undocumented parents last month. She's a child. They don't have her name.
Okay, no,
Sean,
yes they do. Yes they do. I can promise you that if a 10-year-old died, yeah, okay. She didn't die. She didn't die. Just like you can go and Google
a
10-year-old
girl
suicide
recovering
hotline.
from brain cancer was removed from her undocumented parents last month.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sean, let me ask you this on Madam's point.
Keep going.
Would you at least acknowledge that there are going to be isolated instances, and maybe many of them, where people are disadvantaged or harmed because of these policies?
Okay, so what happened when Obama was deporting everyone? What happened when Obama decided to make all of these centers with the cages that everyone says Trump is the one that made, but actually it was Obama, and kept these kids in cages? What about the Biden administration? What about the Biden administration that lost 300,000 children?
Alcatraz.
So where are we? Where is all the outrage there? Why are we not talking about any of that?
Alligator Alcatraz. Yeah. Just think about that.
Madam, you have like the maturity of a 5-year-old.
Alligator Alcatraz.
No, you know what? You know why that exists. You know why that exists, madam. It's because people like you exist. That's the reason why he does that, because it triggers you. Look how mad and upset you get by it. It's like actually hilarious how upset and triggered you get.
17 million people.
It's like
Americans
hilarious.
are losing.
I literally sit here and laugh. 17 million Americans are losing healthcare
coverage to give tax cuts to billionaires. Sean, it's not my fault that you only care about Big Daddy with big bucks.
Go over the list.
17 million Americans are losing healthcare coverage.
19 million people. Go over the list. You can keep
17 million Americans are losing healthcare coverage. And you can keep ignoring horrifying things that are happening under this administration because you like sucking Big Donald's fucking imaginary billionaire dick. It's fucking crazy.
Let's literally get one thing straight, madam. You literally have not brought one fact to any of your accusations. You literally have not run one fact. You are literally spoon-fed. You are literally spoon-fed
17 million Americans are losing
You are literally
healthcare coverage.
spoon-fed from CNN.
I don't watch CNN.
Going.
Sean, I'm going to put something to Madam.
I don't watch CNN.
On that theme, let me put something to you, Madam. Sean's said you haven't brought any facts. Let me ask you this, Madam. In terms of economics, you've said that there are tax cuts that are benefiting the billionaires. Tell us more about that. What concerns you about the economics of what Trump is doing?
Well, why would we give tax cuts while we're cutting Medicaid coverage, while we're cutting
Who's
SNAP
getting cut
assistant
Medicaid
coverage for people.
Who's getting paid?
Sean,
That is
Sean,
such
let's
a
hear-
lie.
let's
No,
hear
hold
Madam
on,
out.
though. No, hold on.
The
Sean,
most
you know why,
vulnerable in
Tim,
America.
Tim,
The most
Tim,
vulnerable
you guys
in
keep
America.
fact-checking me, but
the
you're
big,
not
beautiful
fact-checking
bill
him.
cuts tens
You are
of
literally
millions of
fact-checking
dollars.
Let's let
and you're
Madam
not
state his
fact-checking him.
case, and then you can go for
No,
it.
but you're not
I just don't think
fact-checking
you're letting him get his words
You're
out.
not
Because you're not
fact-checking
letting
him,
me
and that's where I'm
speak,
getting
Sean.
upset.
You're just
because
screaming. You're just screaming
Okay,
with rage.
really quick.
Because you're just screaming
I'm
over
screaming.
me with
You
rage.
literally
You're not saying
keep
facts.
you literally keep talking over me. You okay, Tim?
All
You
right.
should
Look up
look
the
in the mirror with
988
that one, my
suicide
dear.
hotline.
Don't
Look up
talk
the
over-
988 suicide hotline.
And then we're going back to this topic for what?
No,
we're talking about
because I
healthcare.
want to know. You said that the 988 line
Are
was
we
made
not
only
talking
for the
about
LGBT
healthcare,
community.
Sean? Are we not talking about?
Oh no,
healthcare?
we get to keep.
I
No,
didn't say
whatever.
the 988
Tim,
hotline
that's
was
fine. I
only
can
made
see
for
where
the
we're going with this.
LGBT.
So keep going.
That's
Let him
definitely
keep
not
talking.
what
That's
I
fine.
said. That's definitely not what I said.
Because we're talking over each other, nobody will be able to hear us. So, Madam, I want you to, and Sean, just out of, there's a slight delay on the line for a start. And second of all, Madam does need a little bit more time to get his thoughts out. I promise to come to you and let you respond, but let him jot down. If he says something
You have
wrong
not, though,
as
Tim.
he's
You keep
talking,
fact-checking me.
jot it
you
down.
keep fact-checking me, but you're not fact-checking him.
I don't know any facts about United States politics, but Madam, talk about the
just
economics
fact-checked him. You
that
just
you are
said
concerned
you just
about.
said you were looking up, Tim. You just said you were looking up. Oh yeah, Sean's right about that. Oh look, yeah, Sean's right about that. You're fact-checking me, but you're not fact-checking him. He said that the LGBT crisis hotline, suicide hotline,
I'll take that on board
existed.
and listen back. I don't believe I'm doing that.
Okay.
So, Sean, please let's let Madam complete a thought, and then you can get a full throttle response.
So the value of the US dollar has fallen over 10% in Donald Trump's first 100 days, which is the steepest drop for a new administration this century.
Let him complete a thought.
That's the steepest drop for any administration in their first 100 days this century. Are we great again, Sean? Are we great again, Sean? Trump also is on record saying that this is the best first 6 months of any presidency in American history. Sean, is this the best first 6 months of any presidency in American
Madam,
history?
let Sean respond.
Let Sean respond. I'm not answering any questions from you because you are so friggin' rude.
Because you're deeply bothered by your disturbing thoughts.
I'm bothered that you don't have the capability to keep your mouth shut for 2 seconds to let me get a thought out without interrupting me and screaming over me.
Talk about Trump's economics, Sean. Trump's economics. Tell us about that. Has he, like tariffs, for example? I mean, the jury seems to be out about whether or not they're a clever idea or is it a bargaining chip that he's using. Has Trump been good for the economy during this presidency?
How many billions of dollars have those tariffs raised since they've been put in? The highest that any other president has ever done, $110 billion. You can Google that, madam. And CNN is reporting that, by the way, madam.
Because the tariffs are a tax on the U.S. consumer.
Okay. No, Sean, they are not.
We're paying
they
for
are
the
coming.
tariffs.
Okay.
Do you know what a tariff is?
Tim,
we pay.
Okay, so
we
you let me know,
tariffs.
Tim. Are you going to step in and
Sean,
you're going to tell him, or are you going to tell me
tariffs. We are the ones that pay tariffs. It increases the cost of the products for consumers.
This is ridiculous.
You're just like Donald. You don't know what a tariff is.
What's your personal experience, both of you? I'll start with you, madam. In terms of the cost of living over there, have things got tighter since Trump came into power, or have things stayed stagnant?
Personally, I've not noticed a drastic increase on individual items per se, but I definitely have felt the despair that is coming in the air for sure.
What's it like on the ground for you, Sean, in terms of cost of living?
Nothing. Gas prices have finally gone down. Prices of eggs have gone down, like the Democrats wanted. Everything has come down.
I heard they're less than $2 a gallon.
Yeah, wow. Like, look at that. And oh my God, I thought that Trump was raising everything. And the dollar is less than everything. And
I don't know where gas is less than $2.
Okay. Well, try Google.
I've not seen that anywhere. No. I trust to believe it's definitely not near me.
Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, madam.
Tell me about this, Sean.
I think for most people, it's not below $2.
Trump's cryptocurrency, Sean. What do you make of this? To an outsider, it seems absolutely bizarre. Trump has a cryptocurrency push, a bit like a Bitcoin reserve. And does it represent some sort of innovative economic policy where the United States is getting ahead in this area? What do you make of that?
To be honest with you, I don't know enough about the cryptocurrency at all to like have an opinion on it. So I really don't know. I can't give an educated answer on that.
Absolutely fascinated.
I've never really like looked into cryptocurrency. I don't understand the entire thing. I've not really wanted to be part of it because it's just a very weird.
Donald Trump had a meme coin dinner. Donald Trump had a meme coin dinner with 220 attendees, which had to purchase a substantial amount of Trump's meme coin. The report said that 220 attendees collectively spent $148 million on Trump's meme coin just to secure their invitation.
And how much money was given to Harris during her campaign to try to get her
just
to be
to
installed?
Secure an invitation. $148
How much money was raised by your lefties? How much money?
How much money was it that Elania gave to dictator Donald that got him elected?
How much did Bezos give to the left? How much money did Bezos give?
How much money are they all going to save because Trump gave him a tax cut? How much money are they all going to save because Trump gave him a tax cut? How much money are they all going to save because Trump gave the largest tax cuts to the top 1% in American history? The largest tax cut.
Madam, let me ask Sean about the Epstein files because it's international news in case you guys didn't know it.
Terror.
And again, without knowing much detail, it seems to me we've certainly had Elon Musk saying Trump is in the Epstein files. We had the administration saying it was about to release documents that weren't released. Sean, what's all that about? Do you, as a Trump supporter and advocate, do you worry about that at all?
No, I don't. You know why? Because the Biden administration
because you don't care about children. Because you don't care about kids.
Okay, madam.
I remember saying back when we had this first. I remember when we had this first conversation, and you said it was a lie when I said that Trump was likely in the Epstein files. You said I was lying.
Madam, let Sean. I'm really curious to hear what Sean has to say on the Epstein.
No, you know what, you guys? I'm not going to sit here and keep doing this because I'm not going to sit here and be talked to like that, Tim. And then you don't chime in at all. You literally let him rake me over the coals, and you don't say anything. But the second that I start chiming in is when you start getting down my throat and you want me to be quiet because you say, Madam takes a little longer to get his thoughts out. But it's okay that he just literally called me a pedophile and literally it made an accusation.
I didn't call you a pedophile.
Yes, you did.
Did I say that you were a groomer? You're outlandish. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. I'm saying you're supporting a convicted and adjudicated rapist. Which that is Donald. You are aware that Donald Trump was found liable. He was found liable of rape.
Oh my God! You are so dense.
Do you want the court case?
Yes, go and get the court cases and tell me what he was charged with and what he actually got accused and convicted of. He did not get convicted
in
of
July
rape.
of 2023. Judge Conklin said the jury verdict found that Trump raped E. Jean Carroll according to the common definition of the word. Common definition of the word.
Now, madam, I want to let Sean finish his thought around the Epstein files.
I'm done. I'm good. I'm not going to keep doing this because you're being so disrespectful right now, Tim. I was expecting a lot more from you to be a lot better of a moderator rather than to sit here and allow me to be talked to that way. I have not talked to him that way at all. But every time he interrupts me, it's okay that he says his nasty ass comments to me, but I cannot get a word in edgewise or continue a thought or finish a thought without being interrupted.
Nasty ass.
Okay, well, it's absolutely, I mean, I can't change your perception of the world, Sean, if that's the way you feel. Absolutely no problems at all. We'll let the listeners decide if you were given a fair go or not.
You think I'm getting a fair go. You
literally Sean, keep letting him
talk over me and you keep not interrupting him.
Sean, if you're trying to suggest that you don't talk over Madam equally, I'd be very surprised. Okay. We'll let the listeners decide that for themselves. I've had to ask you to stop interrupting Madam as much as I've asked Madam to stop interrupting you.
We'll play it back.
So you can call me disrespectful all you like.
When we play it back, then I guess we'll see.
There is a delay which makes things difficult for all three of us, I have to say. But if you're wanting to walk out of the studio, go for it.
No, I'm not going to walk out. Let's go. Let's keep going, and we'll just keep going. So, can I finish my thought about Epstein, or are you going to keep interrupting me and call me a pedophile?
Never called you a pedophile.
Madam,
I don't know where that's
madam,
from.
madam, can I have a conversation with Sean for a moment, please?
Mute yourself if you have to, madam.
Epstein files, go for it, Sean.
So if Trump was in the files, why didn't the Biden administration use them against him? If Trump is in them, because Biden's administration has full access to them, why did they use them? That would be the smoking gun. I'm telling you right now, there is not a conservative in this country that would ever, and I would hope there's not a liberal or Democrat in this country that would ever vote for a rapist of a child, a pedophile, or of anything that's to do with a child.
I have to respond to that one. There was a report done where Republicans were interviewed. 46% of them said it would not change their vote for Trump. 46% of them said
where
that
is
Trump
that?
was found
Give me the link for that. Give me the link.
To have been involved. I will give you the link right now. Give me the link.
Give me the link.
Absolutely.
Sean, tell me, why do you think Musk has said Trump is in the Epstein files?
He actually deleted that tweet already. That tweet was already deleted.
He did?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And
doesn't mean he didn't state it.
Yes, he did state it, but he was
didn't
angry
retract.
and they wrote,
he deleted.
Okay, yes, he did actually retract it because he actually posted on his Instagram.
No, he did.
On his.
He didn't retract it.
Okay, are you done, madam?
He deleted. He didn't retract.
Okay, so he didn't post.
Is it possible? Here's a theory.
He didn't post that he was taking back the things that he said and that he was in the wrong. He didn't say that on X.
He did not retract the statement that Trump is in the Epstein files. Yes, did
he not say that he was taking back the post that he posted? Did he not say that he regretted doing it and then apologized for doing that?
He didn't go as far as to say I've misrepresented the facts. He didn't say that. He regretted that he posted it. That doesn't mean that he doesn't believe it.
Tim, I'm going to send you the results, the poll. Can you please send it to Sean?
I can do that, madam.
Sometimes amateurs know best, and a lack of professionalism is all you'll hear on the Time to Talk show. Join Tim and his panel of guests as they wade their way through a range of news, music, and pop culture treats. Time to Talk, the show hosted by amateurs for unprofessional listeners.
I'm going to shift focus. Trump claimed he could end the Ukraine war in 24 hours, and then he later called it a sarcastic comment. Do you think he's going to manage to achieve that goal, Sean, ending the Ukraine war? He's obviously meeting with Putin on Friday, your time, I believe that is. Is he going to make progress? My belief is, when I listen to Trump talk, he sincerely wants to end that conflict, but he hasn't managed to do it so far. Will he get there, Sean?
I think eventually he will.
Elon Musk's AI, when asked what's the likelihood that Donald Trump is a Russian asset, he said, weighing the factors, I estimate a 75 to 85% likelihood based on cumulative factors for decade-long financial ties, his unique refusal to criticize Putin despite ample opportunity, the policy choices aligning with the Kremlin's goal, and unexplained by mere coincidence of ideology alone, that I estimate a 75 to 85% likelihood that Trump is a Putin compromised asset, leaning towards the higher end around 85% due to the depth and consistency of the pattern. That's from Elon Musk's Grok AI.
But you don't believe he's a Russian spy, madam?
I definitely think it could be possible, especially when you look into the fact that the Kremlin owns floors. Some of the richest people in Russia own floors of Trump's hotels.
Sean, is it possible he's compromised? He might not be a Russian agent, as Madam is suggesting might be the case, but is it possible that he's compromised by files that Russia may have? Is he being aggressive enough when it comes to Putin?
Yeah, he is. And why wouldn't they just release them? Do you know how much the Democrat Party, the left side, would pay for all of those files?
What do you think is going to happen at this summit? Do you think it will be a bit of a media show and not much happen out of it? Trump doesn't seem that way to me. He seems he genuinely wants to achieve something when he meets with Putin. What do you think is going
No,
to
he
happen?
does. I believe that. I believe that too. Yep. Just like he did with Israel and Iran, just like he's doing with the Middle East, just like he's doing with Africa. Yes, I do. I agree that that's what he's trying to do.
What do you worry about when it comes to Trump's presidency, if anything? Is there anything that Trump's doing, even if it's just his attitude and the way you've actually mentioned earlier that he deliberately tries to trigger people? Does any of his behavior, any of his policies bother you at all?
Not so far. I haven't really gotten annoyed with them enough.
Far.
Yeah. Oh, it's like
Not
a
so
word limit.
far.
There's like a word limit you have to hit a day, madam, isn't there? Are we almost
The
there?
United States, so I'm going to read something. United States surpassed a
Madam,
milestone.
I don't want you to read to me. Can you just come up with your own thoughts? Can you just come up with your own thoughts?
No,
or is this what you're gonna do? I don't need you to read
Sean,
to me.
No, Sean, you do, because you ask for facts and say I'm just making things up and I'm not providing information. I need to read.
You reading something doesn't mean it's a fact. I have literally asked you over and over to send me the stuff. You have not done that.
Sean, you have me blocked on Facebook. I can't send you things.
I don't have you
I've
blocked
got to
on
ask
Facebook.
you this.
I deleted you off of Facebook. You are not blocked on Facebook.
As we move to wrap this up, madam, I'm going to ask you this. With your hand on your heart, has Trump's second presidency really been as bad as you thought it was going to be?
I think it might have been even a little worse. But at the same time, I don't think it's as necessarily as terrifying as I thought it would be. But at the same time,
so you're contradicting yourself. Are you literally? Is it worse or is it not worse?
It's definitely worse. Trump
It's
has the
worse than
lowest
what you
approval
thought?
rating of
It's
any
worse
president
than
in the
what you
first
thought?
100.
Oh, that's such a lie.
Can I
That is
speak?
such
Sean,
a lie.
can I speak?
No,
Sean,
you can't speak.
am I allowed
No.
to speak?
No.
Remember
you
the
keep
talking
throwing out
over?
lies.
Remember
you
the
keep
talking
throwing out
over?
lies.
That's because
you
you
talked
can't,
over me enough.
you can't commit to your own your own rules. You can't commit to your own rules. Trump has the
why?
lowest
Because you
approval
just
rating of
keep
any
breaking them.
president
No,
in the
he
first
does
100
not.
days.
Okay.
In 80 years,
Okay.
80 years,
Okay.
the lowest approval rating of any president. The only one lower or closer was himself in his first term.
Interesting you say that, madam, because in Australian media it's reported that he has unbelievable support across the United States. I haven't heard that.
That's what's hilarious about the whole situation.
I promise you that's not true.
As
the lowest.
As we wrap this up, Sean, try to help me understand, Sean, from your point of view. Why is it that there are so many people like Madam? What is it? What's under? I've never cracked this code. Why are there so many people like Madam that are so literally terrified that Trump is going to leave your country in a burning wake when he leaves the White House?
Because they're being played by their own party and their inability.
I mean, the
to
value of the dollar is
Madam,
10%.
Madam, this is Sean's part. Go ahead, Sean.
Because of their inability to think for themselves, they have to literally be spoon-fed everything, and then they believe everything. And it's because a lot of them rely on all of that, their government assistance and everything.
Drink
That's
the Kool-Aid.
Why. Okay.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
Okay. You keep going.
It sounds
you
like
haven't
the era
given
of
one
misinformation.
fact, madam. You haven't given any
because you won't let me.
facts,
Okay,
madam.
here's a fact: the value of the U.S. dollar has fallen 10% in the first 3 months of Trump's.
That's why the stock market's up.
That's a fact.
Yep, that's why the stock market's up.
That's a fact. Yep. That's a fact. The value of the U.S. dollar has fallen 10%.
Just because you're saying it's a fact after you say it doesn't make it a fact, madam.
The value of the U.S. dollar did fall 10%.
Well,
under Donald Trump.
I can tell you both what I'm learning from this.
Okay, that's why the stock market is higher.
There's never going to be a time where the left and the right meet. It's a shame there's not more centrist views over there. I'm telling you what. But look, I just send good wishes to your nation. I really do. And so far, I haven't seen any evidence that the country has imploded, exploded. I can not see any of that from afar. And I am not an American, I will hasten to add. So I don't have that perspective you both have. But from afar, the doom and gloom that was predicted under a second Trump presidency just hasn't seemed to have borne out. But it's early days. So for those hoping that your country does implode, there you go. There's still time.
A year, and we're already in such a nightmare.
Thank you both for your time.
That's all.
Sean, you're
Hello.
so mean to Meryl Streep.
Oh, I know, I can't stand her. Look, and I'm not even like the biggest fan of all her category of movies to know everything, but she is someone that really grinds on me when I see her talking.
So what's Meryl
and
done to you, Sean? What's Meryl done to you?
Nothing personally, obviously, but she is just one of those artists in the industry that I feel like is really overrated, and kindly, they say she can't do no wrong, and even the way that the other movie stars talk about her, like she's some god and stuff, and it's like, like Nicole Kidman bows down to her, and I feel like Nicole Kidman's 10 times more talented than Meryl Streep is.
Well, did you see them together in the TV series they did? Did you see them together in that, acting in the courtroom scenes?
Meryl and Nicole.
Yeah, unbelievable.
No,
if you want your breath taken away, the show will come to me. It's there's been 2 series of it so far. Big Little Lies.
Is that the one that Nicole Kidman stars in, like, kind of regularly?
Yeah, Big Little Lies it's called. And honestly, Meryl comes in series 2, and honestly, I am not just saying this to watch those 2 at the peak of their game, going at it in the courtroom. Just will take your breath away. But you sound like Trump, though. He said that Meryl's overrated too.
Oh no, I do have a bit of a soft spot for Trump. I think he's a bit crazy as well. But like I'm not as anti-Trump as a lot of other people are. But no, I actually didn't know he said that. But that doesn't surprise me, because I could imagine that him and I would agree on that.
So is it the case that, look, and I tend to agree. Like, I love Meryl. Obviously, people who listen to the show, they know I love Meryl. But right. I do see where you're coming from when she talks in interviews and when she gets to a lectern at an award show. She's a bit self-righteous, isn't she?
Absolutely, and it's probably not even her fault. I feel like it's the way that she's been propped up by the industry and her peers.
So you think people bow down to her too much, but you also say that you hate the way she looks.
I can't stand her looks, and those glasses that her and Diane Keaton always rock round in, they irritate me. Why do they wear them? Obviously, do they need them for like seeing, and then they have them tinted? I just can't stand them.
I reckon it is, because Johnny Depp has the same thing, like these sort of tinted, coloured, fashionable.
So
but
styly.
What was that?
His is styly, and he also doesn't rock round in them 24/7 like Meryl Streep does.
Yeah, I think it is for vision, though. I that's my suspicion.
Probably.
But she's a good-looking woman, Meryl, isn't she? She's beautiful.
Not to my look. No, I'm not into her kind of looks. She kind of reminds me of the ones that are trying to talk about the Jamie Lee Curtis of trying to age naturally, but yet she's had a lot of work done, you can tell,
Don't get me started on Jamie Lee Curtis. What a cranky old cow she's become.
Absolutely. She's very hypocritical.
Did she come to New Zealand? Because she's in Australia, or just left Australia.
I seen her and Lindsay over there, but they did a live link to a TV show, like a news show over here to promote the movie.
Yeah, they do that a bit. They come to Australia, then they live link to New Zealand. It seems weird. But they came to promote Freakier Friday, and she's just so condescending to the journalist. You can tell she doesn't want to do the junket. She doesn't want to do the interview circuit. And then she does this thing. She does reverse patronizing. So when she gets a question that she approves of, she goes, "Oh, finally a question that I can think about, that makes me think. Oh my God." So in other words, slapping down every poor sucker who's been out there with a microphone waiting for her for hours on the red carpet beforehand. She whipped through Sydney. She's been highly criticised for whipping through Sydney, not stopping to greet the fans. Doesn't surprise me she didn't stop to say hello to the fans. Straight from the car, straight into the building, and vice versa.
Right. That sort of surprised me a little bit. I don't follow her that much, but I didn't realise. I thought she'd be a bit more wacky or friendlier than that.
Well, I think that
wacko friendly.
My theory is with Jamie Lee Curtis, because I don't think by nature she's this person that she's become, but I reckon she's in pain. Old people sometimes have a bit of a constant pain in the back or the neck, and it makes them become cranky old cows.
Yes, you probably could be right with that one.
Are you going to see The Devil Wears Prada too?
Did you see her in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills a couple of years ago?
No.
Oh, you have to look at that. I'm sure it's online somewhere, but that was hilarious. She's on there, she was introduced through Kyle, which is, a regular series castmate on that show. She's one of the Hiltons, Kyle Hilton.
Right.
Kyle Richards is her name on the show because she's married, but she's a Hilton. And Jamie Lee Curtis comes on as her friend to like promote all these products and stuff, and it's really cringeworthy. You'd probably get a good laugh out of it.
But she's acting. She's not being herself.
Oh, 100%. Fake is everything.
Right.
That's what's so hilarious about it.
I'll have to have a look. But
You will, yes. If you Google her, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it was about 2 years ago she was on it.
All right, I will definitely look it up. You know, you've outraged about 80% of the listenership with your Meryl criticisms, though, right?
Oh, fair enough. I don't mind. I'm happy to listen to the criticism, but I just cannot. That's just my opinion of her, and I stand by it. And no one, I feel like it would be very hard to sway me to like.
When you watch her,
movies.
When you watch her in an interview, Sean, what does it make you feel? What bristles? How does it make you feel?
Aggravated. 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 I can't take her. She makes me cringe. Like I really do, and I hate when she gives an award out. I know I sound like real outraged by her, but it's just like now we're on the topic of her. Like, but like when she gives an award and like the way she stands on the side and they all, like as you said, bow down to her and everything about her makes me cringe. And I only really watch her as if she's involved with someone else that I like when she gave Nicole Kidman, I think, an Outstanding Achievement Award a couple of years ago. And the whole thing about her made me cringe up on the stage. I don't really know how to explain it. I just don't like her. I think it's the vibe. And you know how you sort of like certain people maybe you don't like?
You got to trust your instincts, don't you? And you have a feeling that if you met Meryl in real life, she'd be a bit of a biatch.
Yeah, I don't think she'd be super friendly. She's probably like that, maybe a little bit of that role that she's playing in Devil Wears Prada. That may be a more tamed down version of herself in real life.
Maybe. Well, she got heavily criticised because she didn't call out Harvey Weinstein.
Yes, that was another thing that aggravated me. Now you've pitched that in my head from back in the day because she used to write up him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be fair to her, one would assume she didn't know what the man was up to.
Oh, that's probably true too, and I'm sure a lot of them maybe didn't. But I'm sure they must have heard niggles and whispers.
The one that I must admit that bothers me with Meryl is every time she's been on Ellen DeGeneres' show. It's just too sugary, too fake. And, you know, New Zealanders and Australians, we keep it real. And when Meryl goes on the Ellen show, there's just too much forced hilarity and laughter and flicking the head back with everything so funny, and it's actually not.
But she's another one that's another fakie, isn't she, old Ellen?
Oh, Ellen, what a horrible... do you know what? This is honestly the truth. This was how long ago? 25 years, something. The first season of her show that came to Australia.
Right.
I said to my son, I said, that person is seriously wrong, because I didn't know her from her TV show before that. She only came to Australian notice with the Ellen DeGeneres show. And I remember saying to him, I called it. I said, there's something seriously wrong about that woman.
No, I'd never liked her. And I remember watching, oh my gosh, I'm thinking years back, like maybe 2010-ish sort of year. I remember Kathy Griffin said a couple of things about how she wasn't very nice. And I remember listening to that, and I remember hearing that, and that stuck in the back of my mind well before all the stuff came out about Ellen, you know.
The best one you can watch is the brother from Everyone Loves Raymond, the big tall guy. He just goes to town. He was on the Ellen show, and he talks about how he was humiliated and used, and he speaks very eloquently about his experience on that show.
Dakota Johnson's good. She's called her out, eh?
Oh, I love that clip. That's not true,
and
Ellen.
Do you know who else she's called out, and now it's coming out to sort of in the public domain, who's not as nice behind the scenes as Jimmy Fallon?
That's fascinating. I hear these stories about Jimmy Fallon, but they're mainly based on the fact that he seems to have a bit of an alcohol problem rather than by nature.
Probably.
What have you heard about that?
Right. Well, so I've just heard there's a lot of stories coming out at the moment with him that he's not very nice to his the backstage staff.
I'll tell you what, Sean,
a very different person.
You wouldn't want to be a host these days, would you? I mean, you'd have to walk into your show and shake everyone's hand every day and smile and buy gifts.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. In this day and age, no matter who you are, you can be put up on the, celebrated, and the next minute you're being torn down. And I'm not a big fan of cancel culture. Like, I've got my opinions on people, and I might not love certain people, but that doesn't mean I feel like they need to lose their careers half the time.
So you don't want to cancel The Devil Wears Prada 2?
No, I won't cancel that. We'll let Meryl carry on with that one.
Do it for Anne. Do it for Anne Hathaway. She deserves this.
Anne Hathaway, yeah, I don't mind her. I don't really know much about her, but never followed her career as such. But she's okay.
I think we'd be great.
Yeah, you do.
Friends.
You love her.
Anne Hathaway and I, we'd go and buy a banana smoothie together, and we'd have a great chat and a great laugh.
Do you know who I feel like needs to be celebrated a lot more, and she's so darn talented, is Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, I love her.
Me too. She's like one of my faves.
There's a movie called What Lies Beneath. What Lies Beneath.
Yes. My God, I love it. Harrison Ford, amazing.
Yes. Yeah. Very creepy. It still creeps me out. I don't do well with horror.
I love that movie.
Yeah. I have to go and check that out again. Very good looking.
Yes, I used to have that on video before, back in the day, even not DVD, but actual video.
Not on tape. Oh, my God.
So it would have been late 90s, early 2000s. But no, I love that movie, and I used to watch that heaps. And but I love a lot of her work. I think she's an amazing, talented actress. And I feel like she should be celebrated a bit more than she is.
Sean, you've been listening to the show for a while. Before you go, thank you for listening.
Oh, always, mate, and I appreciate it, and I thank you that we've been able to touch base finally.
Absolutely. We'll do this again really soon.
100%, definitely, and Kylie all the way.
That's all.
G'day, Alki, how are you?
I'm well, how are you?
Not too bad. Did you hear this?
This is my brand new album.
Taylor Swift making her first podcast appearance ever and dropping the track list for her next album ahead of its October release.
It's about what I was going through offstage.
It's there. It's all there, Alki. She's copying Kylie. She's just a big copycat. She can't think of an single original idea on her own, can she? Poor old Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I must admit, when I first saw it, I went, "Oh, that's an interesting title. Not original, which is a bit unfortunate." But I guess it's interesting. I mean, I guess the showgirl idea has been around for so long, but us Kylie fans, I think we kind of hold it to our Kylie. We think of showgirl, we think of her.
That's right. 2005. 2005.
Yes. I know, 20 years ago, damn.
I know. The Life of a Showgirl, it's called. And poor old Kylie, she was inundated with, who knows, she might not have even known that Taylor had dropped this announcement, and she's getting inundated. And she did the classy thing, as she always does, Alki. She didn't ignore it, straight to Instagram, all her socials, and puts up a post with all her old showgirl photos, classics, and said, here's to all the showgirls, wishing them all well, something like that. Amazing.
Classic Kylie, absolutely. I wouldn't expect anything less, really. I mean, she's not one to be like to put anyone down. And I mean, why would you, I guess? Like I said, the showgirl idea, Marilyn Monroe did it, there's been so many different concepts of the showgirl. I think it's just, I think because Taylor Swift, I guess because it's music as well, straight away people going, oh, wait a minute, it's an album, it's showgirl. Oh, Kylie's kind of already been there, done that. But I guess this is going to be her take on it, and it'll be interesting to see what she does, I reckon.
Bloody Kylie fans, listen up, Kylie fans, if you're listening to this. If you're one of those ones swirling around social media and putting your stupid tuppence worth up on the internet saying, Kylie did it first, Kylie did it first. No, she didn't. As Alki just said, Showgirl goes right back to, it's got English and French roots, and essentially Moulin Rouge was probably...
Exactly. I mean, Moulin Rouge, classic, like that pure Showgirl,
My God. I mean, Madonna used to cop this too.
Absolutely.
But I mean, she didn't invent that whole material girl look, and people think Madonna invented a whole heap of stuff. She maybe enhanced it and she took it on, but she didn't invent it. And
she elevated, and I think that's what
Did you just say elevated?
I did, yeah.
Are you not a Meghan Markle fan, I hope?
No.
Thank God. She uses that word a lot,
Oh,
and it
does she?
really,
Oh, no.
you've
Oh,
triggered
God,
me.
no.
You've
Oh,
triggered me.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
scratching my
Oh, I'm
eyes out.
sorry. Sorry.
She goes,
Sorry.
I just like to take ordinary things and elevate them. Oh my God. She says it all the
I
time.
don't even pay attention to her, so I wouldn't even know she said that. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, Alki, can I ask you, have you seen Taylor's, it's called The Life of a Showgirl, I think. And have you seen the album cover?
I've seen there's quite a few different ones.
Yes, it's a bit confusing, but
And
there's
I,
one, and I'm about to make a leap here, so just have a listen to this.
Yo me duermo, llegas tú y siento como escondo dentro lo que te oculté de mí. Dejaré que sea el tiempo.
Don't be confused, Alki.
Quien decida si eres para mí. Dejaré que el instinto me rescate y todo vuelva a ser limpio.
There you go, Kylie. There's a Limpio, and you might be wondering, Alki, what the devil is the leap he's trying to make? Well, I'm not so outraged by the showgirl, as you can hear. I'm outraged by the cover. If you're looking at it now, folks, The Life of a Showgirl, the Taylor Swift official album cover. Alki's right, there's a few, but there's one official one. I reckon it's from the Limpio video. Did anyone else notice this? This is the outrage. This is the true outrage, my friends. Stop with the showgirl BS. This is the outrage. I'm staring at it now. It's Kylie in the Limpio video.
that's the one where she's in the water. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, all the funny little coloured, swirly and sparkly and all of that. I can't believe it. That's the outrage. Why is the media not picking up on the mainstream media? It's a conspiracy. I'm telling you.
It's a conspiracy.
Absolute
Absolutely.
conspiracy. 48 days, 18 hours, 20 minutes, and 44 seconds to go. If you're wondering when this was recorded, that's how long until The Life of a Showgirl drops. I'm actually excited about the album, Alki, because Taylor's such a morbid soul. All her bloody dead poets and death of it. This one is apparently bangers from beginning to end.
I'm excited. I do love me some Tay Tay. I think the last couple of albums have been a little bit more slower.
Slower? They're enough to open a vein. They're the most depressing thing. Have you heard them? The Dead Poets Society or whatever it's called?
I have.
My God.
Yes, I must admit, not my favourite Taylor era, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, shocking.
You know,
I'm so surprised.
there are some songs here and there that I'm like, oh, I like what she's saying, but I agree. I'm looking forward to an album where you can just boogie and sing along in the car too.
Yeah, because I don't mind a bit of Taylor either, but I haven't really liked any of her music since the one she was wearing the tutu in. That was a good song. Can't remember that. But remember that one? Like, there's a big one. Yeah. Anyway, she needs to get back to that. And there was also one that Katy Perry wore a hamburger suit in. That was a Taylor song in the video clip. I liked that because they're all bright and poppy, but I can't believe the fans swoon over this. Like, I think she had two, part 1 and part 2 of that.
Yes,
Morbid Poets Suicide
No,
album.
I think there were
terrible.
more actually. I think if you go into iTunes, there's so many different versions.
Well, she's very excited, very upbeat. And why wouldn't she be? She's in love. She's in a great relationship. That Eras tour was absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
She recorded this album apparently in Sweden.
Oh wow!
During the tour. And she's just got the rights to all her music back officially.
Thank God. That's good. That's exciting. I'm happy for her for that.
Yeah, so she's got a lot to be happy about. So that's going to be reflected in the music.
She's not copying anyone. You know, like you said earlier about Madonna and doing Material Girl, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, that she's doing Marilyn Monroe." Oh, blah blah blah. But it's and I don't want to use that your trigger word, but I'm just going to say it again. It's all about elevating that style.
No, enhancing. Say enhancing.
Enhancing that style. And what surprised me actually with Taylor Swift, one of the song "Life of a Showgirl" it actually features Sabrina Carpenter.
Yes, I was about to say that my most exciting thing is I believe the lead single.
Yes.
The lead single. Can you believe it?
Yes, I'm a little bit excited by that. So I can't wait. I think that's really quite exciting because a lot of the stuff that Sabrina does almost people could say, oh, she's emulating, or she's sort of trying to copy what Taylor does in that kind of style with the way she dresses and the way she looks. So I think she'd be perfect in that kind of showgirl style with Taylor. I think their voices will really complement each other. So I'm quite excited for that.
Shake It Off. That's the song I couldn't remember with the tutu. Shake It
Oh,
Off.
yeah, Shake It Off. You're right.
Shake It
yes.
Off.
Yeah,
I've
when
got to
you-
say, like, how cool is it that Taylor Swift has now become the Madonna, where she's pulling in the younger, relevant artists to bolster her own career? Of course, I'm mocking Taylor needs no one to bolster her career, but
She really
I do
doesn't.
remember the criticism Madonna got. One of the first she did was probably Justin Timberlake, maybe. She started doing collabs and it never
Yeah.
ended, remember? And people
Well,
were
when
like,
she did that collab with Britney and Christina at the
yes.
Video Music Awards, and that whole drama, and then she actually did a song with Britney, and yeah, a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, what is she doing?" But hey,
That's right. That's right. And she was so criticized for it. I mean, look, maybe she was grasping for relevance. Who knows why she did it? But Taylor's now doing it with Sabrina Carpenter. I wonder when the knives will come out. But nobody could accuse poor old Taylor of 85 million Spotify listeners,
Yeah.
Spotify alone, per month. It's insane how popular this lady is. I've never quite understood it, if I'm going to be perfectly honest.
I think with Taylor, I think like looking back at her career, she started off in that country way, the innocent girl, and I think she's always held on to that. And the fact that she does write all her songs, and she has that creative, like you listen to an album, you can go, okay, she's going through this or she's going through that, and I think a lot of people can relate to that, and I think that's why she's resonated with so many different people.
Even my daughter likes a bit of Taylor. She's not a mad fan, but she
Yeah.
sings this song and she gets very angry at me, Alki, because the song apparently doesn't go anything like this. But I get in front of her and I go, I wear short shorts right behind the bleachers, because I think that's how the song goes. There's certainly something about bleachers and short shorts and one of her early country
not quite
songs.
in that tone, but it's more fast paced than that. But yeah,
No children
idea.
like it when their parents wiggle their hips in front of them, that's for sure. But I do. I wear short shorts right behind the bleachers. I'm sure
She's
that's
just like,
how it
Dad,
goes.
you're embarrassing me. Stop it.
Well, it's a funny little song. I'd never heard it until she started playing it for me. But there you go. Alki, thank you for having a quick chat, because it's a Kylie podcast and we need to talk about the world of Kylie. And this is a bit of a seismic event. It's not Kylie directly related, but the fact that Kylie woke up one morning, looks at her phone, and it's bing, 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 bing. People sending her
Oh no, what have I
showgirl
done?
photos.
Then you realise, oh, actually, no, Taylor's just releasing an album on a similar style that I did a while back.
That's right. She just went, oh, thank God, I thought I'd passed away. But there you go. Absolutely. So, and just before you go, are you excited about the tension era is about to come to an end? I mean, it's been an unbelievable era, hasn't it?
Oh, it has, absolutely. I mean, I think people can say one of her best. Like it's done so well for the fans, for her. I'm excited. I hope she takes a break. Like
No,
no,
she needs to
not
elevate herself.
There you go. See, no. What I mean by break is that she's just been touring for the last since February. Just have a month or so where she can. Because every time I see Instagram, she's in the studio. She's doing this. She's doing that, and I'm like, I just want her to be refreshed. So when she comes back with the next single, she's all like ready to go. She takes time for her.
Well, no. Sorry, I don't agree, Kylie. If you're listening, no break. You had a little.
Just keep going. Just keep.
She took some sick leave. Look, if she was in my team, I mean, you took some sick leave a couple of weeks ago, didn't you? I mean, you put that into the system. I've approved it. That's enough. You don't now need more leave. I reckon, though. Here's a little theory that I haven't heard on any of the podcasts so far, and I listened to them all. I reckon that Madonna's album with Stuart Price. We've all, I don't know if you're aware, Madonna's been with Stuart, like connected at the hip for a long time now, for at least a couple of months. Surely, if there was ever a time that a recorded collab between those two incredible women.
It's been, I mean, when they first appeared on stage together, that was like, oh my God, that's why Kylie's there. They're going to do something together. And I have heard that Madonna's new album is like Confessions on the Dance Floor too, but it's a little bit more edgier, a little bit more. So I don't know. Like I've heard so many different takes on what her next album will be, but every take refers to it as being a bit of a dancier album. So that's exciting.
This has got, I reckon it's for time. Like, it's so weird when I see Madonna and the photos with Stuart Price in his home studio, I assume it is. It's exactly the same. It always, I don't know why, I'm a bit perverse. I can't help but remember all those beautiful photos of Kylie in the same room or the same studio, enjoying Stuart Price. This is the time. I reckon Stuart Price is going to be the little bridge, the little magical bridge that brings our two lovely ladies together.
I mean, that would just be, I think, like Madonna fans can't. All the fans will just like melt and have a moment. I think when that happens, you know, I can't. I think that would just be amazing.
We'll all pass out. Before you go, Alki, I do need to know, I haven't asked you, did you finally get your VIP merchandise sent to you that they ripped you off?
No, I did not. I didn't
stop it.
I didn't get an email back. I got an email from Frontier saying, "Oh, you have to contact these Kylie Frontier people," which I did, and that was back in February. I think I sent the initial email back in February. I got a response in March from Frontier Touring saying, "Oh no, we don't do that. This is the email you have to," which is like Kylie merch frontiering or something. So I emailed them separately. I had nothing. Absolutely nothing.
This is the opportunity. Kylie's crew, anyone connected to Kylie, and we know that some of you listen. In all honesty, I'm not no tongue in cheek at all. You paid a lot of money for those tickets. The VIP pack wasn't ready for you. You accepted that. You went, okay, fine. And now you're expected to chase it up. Screw that for a laugh. Alki, if anyone from Kylie's crew do want to get in touch with you, how would they?
Just through my Facebook if they want. Just via my link on my Facebook, which is my name, Alki. You can just follow my profile on the page, and yeah.
All right, we'll put a link under this podcast too. So Kylie's crew, if you want to reach out and actually make good on a super fan's, because it means something to us. We don't buy these things for no good reason. So that sucks, Alki. It really does. What a negative note to end on.
Well, on a positive note, I did go onto the Kylie Minogue website, and I finally got myself the tension program because they didn't have the program in Adelaide when we first went. So I got that, and that made my little heart giggle with joy. I may have also bought like a Vegas bomber jacket and a Vegas ticket, like landing out, because they were having a bit of a sale. I love me a sale, and the bomber jacket is absolutely fabulous. The quality is like, oh my god, it's just good. I just love it. It's just like, wow. I put it on.
How much it cost you?
I actually got it because they had a sale. It cost me $160
Australian.
Yeah.
Jesus, that's expensive.
Not when it was over 300 normally.
My God, but you really love it, do you?
It's like, it was one of those things that I looked at when it was full price, and I was like, I love you, but I don't love you that much. And then it was one of those things where I went to go and buy the actual program, and then they was like, oh, there's a sale, and I'm like, oh, let me have a look at what you get. And if you buy one Vegas item, you get them both half price.
Wow.
So I was like, oh, well, that's good, so.
Well, good for you, Aki. You'll have to send me a picture, and we'll put it on the podcast cover. I want to see Alki in his Kylie Vegas bomber jacket. That's amazing, Alki. I love hearing your voice.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure.